And what is up, everyone? This is the All Gaming Blog here, bringing you another Modern Warfare 3 gameplay. And on this video topic, what I want to talk about is, will we ever see the end of physical video games or physical video game stores? Now, this topic, I stumbled upon this and thought to make a video about it because I find it quite interesting. This is something that always puzzled me and that I've shown quite some interest in. I've discussed about this in a couple of videos of mine, but here's what I think. The EA Games executive predicts that the end of physical video games will come in about 10 years. Because if he claims that new generation of gamers may not care much about physical games. And he also told a story where when he was a kid and he bought this NES video game from a store and he was walking home and he was looking, at the manual of the game to see what the game would look like and how excited he was about it. And he says that nowadays, like, gamers don't really have that this new generation of gamers, of course, don't have that enthusiasm about video games anymore, and their revenue and downloadable content is growing exponentially, even though it blatantly admits that most of way more of their revenue comes from physical video games. He says that there is a big increase in sales on the downloadable video games. Now, this is something that always puzzled me, and I do agree with him when he says physical video games might cease to exist if the companies take this seriously. Now, here's the current issue with this. On the PlayStation Network, right, you got video games in there that you can buy. Some of them are extremely expensive, up to the point that costs about 60-70 pounds, which equals to like $100 per video game. Now, if you go to a shop and you get that same video game, you're gonna get it way cheaper. Okay, let's say a video game like Red Faction, Armageddon, I believe it's the name of it. It is still sold on a PlayStation Store for about 65 pounds. Now, this game has been released for about a year, and in any shop that you go, or even online, you'll see this game being sold at 10 and 7 pounds, because the game just didn't do so well, so they lowered the price of it in order to, keep sales up and whatever. So a game that didn't really do so well, why is it still being sold at that extremely high price on the PlayStation Store, which, by the way, not many people have bought? So the PlayStation Store do not manage their downloadable, their virtual video games very well. That's why most of them fail. Now, this is another example of it. There's a game called Dead Island. Obviously, most of you know what game this is. And Dead Island itself on the PlayStation Store costs 35 pounds. On any shop, it will cost you 20. Online, you can even go as low as about 19 or 18. But here's the plot twist to this. There's another one called Dead Island Game of the Year Edition, which is basically Dead Island with all the DLC packed into one game. And that was a failed grenades launch there. And that costs $19.99. So wait a minute. The game with all the DLC is cheaper than just the game itself? How is this possible? How does this make any sense? Now, I've wrote several letters to Sony about this, concerned about this. And I'm yet to have a reply, but I'll send it like a day ago. They'll take their time to reply to me, and or to direct me to the right department. But this is ridiculous. This should, encourage people to download content, not put these stupid prices up. Honestly, I agree when the executive director of EA predicts that the games, physical games will cease to exist. One is because they are far more expensive in a shop than anything anywhere else, other than, like I stated before, on the PlayStation Network. But if you go online, go to Amazon.com and search for any game you want, I will bet you anything you want that you'll find a better price in there than on any game shop like GameStop. Oh, that was an epic stuck. GameStop, GameStation, whatever the hell other game shops that you guys have around. It's gonna be cheaper than all of them combined. Why? Because they don't have to pay rent on their shops. They don't, their profit margin is lower. Their revenue is lower as well. They have less stuff to pay. They don't have to pay employees as much because it's one person on their house or on Okay, several people on their on just a shipment, or whatever is shipping stuff up. It's way it's way cost effective to just do that, other than you know have to be on a shop and whatnot. So that's why I think it's digital content will win here, because you don't have to go to a shop, you don't have to wait for it, you pay, you get it immediately. Now obviously these consoles, the PlayStation 3 is going to be 6 years pretty soon, and they still have 320 gigs of hard drives. Now that's a lot, but at this time it's not really that much, seeing that we have 1 terabyte hard drives available right now. Now another thing is, this disk space is increasing exponentially. Who knows, when the PlayStation 4 comes out, we might have 10 terabytes of hard drive, and we can store about thousands of games in there. Yeah, so that's it about for this video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. Give it a like if you liked my video. Subscribe if you want to see more like this, and give me leave a comment with your opinions on this. I really want to hear your opinions on this subject. What do you think? Are physical video games better than virtual ones? Who knows? Yeah, that's about it. Thanks a lot for watching, though. Peace.